Welcome, everybody, to your least favorite podcast. My name is Mark, and I am here with all of my friends.
Steven.
Nick.
Jake.
Welcome to the show. I was rocking out to that. I don't know about you guys. Had some headbanging going. Got
Every
my long
time.
hair.
Every time.
Yeah. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
Yeah.
It's not really into techno music.
I'm pretty confident you chose that song.
Pretty confident that you don't know what you're talking about.
That might actually be true.
I'm like a 99% sure, Nick, you picked that song.
I'm
I wanted, like, the happy
100%
sounding song.
sure that you guys picked it, not me.
The little happy time, happy tree friends.
Your least favorite podcast.
Yeah,
It would have been ironic.
Both of those.
So we're here 30 minutes late because somebody doesn't know how to tell time.
No, I know how to tell time.
Good thing this isn't a live show. We fuck up so often.
Yeah, but the people come back for the unpredictability. That's what they're here for.
I don't think anybody even listens to this until Monday morning at the very earliest. So
Let us know in the comments when you listen to the show.
They don't.
or if they
comments?
at all. I guess let's caveat it with that. Do they ever listen to it? Would be probably the bigger. I
listen to it. I enjoy listening to it actually because as soon as we get off the podcast, I completely forget what we talk about.
Yeah,
it does just.
My wife asked about that, and I'm like, I don't know. I could not tell you what for the life of me. I can't tell you what we were talking about.
I don't know who went and voted this week, but I'm pretty sure I know who it was. And apparently Steven's the non-mentally challenged one, which I have a hard time taking. Yeah.
I'm not mentally challenged?
Yeah. You are the non-mentally challenged one of the group.
That's
one
right.
vote. That's the one vote. So
you might not like it, but I speak truth. There's nothing hidden there.
Truth. It's just mentally challenged truth.
No, I think you said I'm not. According to the vote.
No, that's what I'm saying. The one person that voted says you're not. So
there you go.
The person who listened to this, and they must not have voted. So I'm
pretty confident of the one who voted. There's some bias. There's some bias there.
Confront that person. Where's my bias?
So I was gonna bring up Jake's super fun weekend. We went ice skating, figure skating to be specific.
We did not go figure skating.
Basically, because we were in those people's way.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny too, because I was watching a video of the people where they get mad that other people are using it. Remember, all the people was in the middle skating.
Well, yeah. Generally speaking, like the middle-ish of the ice between like the circles and stuff is for people who want to do like practice shit, which is great. It's fine and dandy, but you can't get mad at the other people that are also there to public skate. It's a public skating rink.
We got to go hard, just skating it up.
Yeah.
I'm driving by Fun Zone. I want to go roller skating now.
No, we're ice skating, and we're planning on taking y'all when you get here. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go ice skating probably a couple times. We can take them down there in the springs and up here. We can go multiple.
Yeah, we found some spots, and it was funny too because they were like, "You get an hour," and we're like, "Oh shit, we're late," and we show up, and then after like 20 minutes, like, Jesus, I've been out here forever. I'm done. I'm burnt out. And,
and
we don't need the hour. Yeah, we don't need that hour.
As long as like I'm not falling, then I'm fine with just like doing circles. That's pretty fun to me.
Yeah, I didn't fall at all. Jake, did you fall?
I fell real hard.
Last time I went skating was in Korea. It's in Korea, and I got to the point where I could like pretty consistently do my circle and do it pretty fast.
That like where you spin after you jump on your toes?
Or you just mean going around the rink in a circle?
Yeah, I'm just going around the rink in a circle.
Like a pirouette.
Because
I'll give credit to that.
Approach this. It's like rollerblades.
I mean, I have to give credit to the figure skaters. Like the hockey takes a lot of to coordinate what you're doing and keep track of other stuff and not fall on your ass. But the moves that the figure skaters do it's just crazy.
I mean, after you skated for so long, it's like riding a bike or just about anything else. You don't really think about the movements of the skates as much anymore. It's just like walking or swimming or something.
Yeah, but they're like jumping and doing like spins and twirls and.
But you
it's
don't
just
give
crazy.
athletes credit for anything. They're just playing a game, right? That's
Yeah.
what you said. Yeah, I would love
How
to
much-
see
how
you
much
get on
does
the
a fit-
football field.
How much does a figure skater get paid?
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
Research guy.
Again, I enjoy. Like we went skating. Like it's fun to do it. I don't want to watch it though.
I mean, if you respect that, you gotta respect football players.
But like if I'm out,
And
that
basketball
ain't none. If you
players.
just want to play grab ass and have
you
fun with
can't
that.
do it. You couldn't get out there with it and play it.
See, but there's nothing I'm like impressed by. They're just throwing a ball around, kicking a ball around, and running around. Like
You
they're not.
can't throw a ball where you want it.
I don't. But I'm not impressed by that.
Okay.
I could get
so
close.
you're
I could get the
impressed.
ball close to where I need it to be.
I doubt it. Dude.
I doubt
I'll be
it.
like,
I
I'll be like,
doubt
go
it.
long, and then I'll throw it.
You
and
might
it'll
could
go
do
right
that
there.
like 5 yards away.
Yo, we'll have to try it in July. Or maybe next New Year's, whenever Nick's down here, let Nick run like 10 routes, and if Ashley can put it in his hands, even once.
I will do that. I would love
You
to see
definitely
Nick
wouldn't,
out there just
though.
running around like,
I'm insane.
go long, go long.
All right, this is an official your least favorite podcast bet on the line. Steven versus Nick.
Oh, in football, I got you easy.
You just have to
Don't-
run the route and catch it.
Just don't
He's
tackle
gonna
me. I
put
don't
it
want to
in
be
your hand.
tackled. I don't want to be tackled. Don't touch me.
That's part of it, dude.
I'm not a touchy person.
Oh,
Just
it don't
play wide
matter.
receiver and never get open.
Yeah.
No, they touch you playing wide receiver.
Yeah. Play running back, but always fumble so that you never have to. They never hand you the ball.
You just be the kicker.
You play
Yeah.
running back, but every time he tries to give you the ball, you're like, nope.
Just drop it. Just no. Oh God, that was his fault, dude. Bad hand up. Bad
It'd
hand
be
up.
like again. I mean, the stuff like that. There's like a little clip. It's something that's impressive to watch for a little bit, and you're like, oh, that was cool. And especially if you're like right there with it, and you're like, oh, that was crazy, because now I'm experiencing how I am performing on skates, and then I'm watching this person like 10 feet away do other things. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. But then if I'm like watching it on TV or something else, it detaches you from it, and I just don't. I'm not impressed by those kind of sports.
So we need to take you to a football game, is what you're saying?
I mean, if I was
just-
like playing with them and I saw someone just like launch it down the field, then I'd be like, oh shit, that was a nice throw. But if
Just
I'm
go to a
seeing it,
basketball court and try to shoot some threes.
yeah, but again, I'm like, the way I just randomly play basketball, I play horse growing up, you know. Every now and then I get lucky, and I'm like, they just get lucky more than I do. It's not like a impressive
not
thing
luck
for
at
me to
all.
see. They're just like, but they're still gonna miss sometimes. It happens. Now, if they sat there and threw
figure
like,
skaters are gonna fall. There
I know
you
we
go.
saw them fall, but that's how I know that there's still a limit to their skill. Otherwise, I think they're just cheating, and you know how I feel about cheaters.
Sometimes when I
Yeah,
listen to
you
Steven.
just like to like make things what you want it to be. I guess we understand.
I mean, we'll go play some football on ice. It'll be fun.
That's just hockey.
Isn't that a thing from How I Met Your Mother?
I don't know what that is.
Listen, I'm just saying. I still think out of all of them, the hardest one skill wise is hockey. I mean, if you look,
They
at
say
what
it's
do.
baseball.
A baseball
I
too.
thought-
I would get. I
I
100%
thought we
would give you
determined
that.
that-
but, like,
WWE was the hardest sport to
no,
play.
no.
They say hitting a fastball from a major.
Yeah,
league
hitting
pitcher is
a
almost
major league-
impossible
yeah,
for
it's-
normal people.
It's really, really hard.
No,
Like-
have you seen the training for the Formula One drivers? That shit's crazy. They did the
Well,
little
no.
drop thing against other other sports players, and they just sit there and have to have like their reaction time tested.
That's just a
And-
natural ability, though. That has nothing to do with like being
They-
like again. Baseball's a little bit of the same thing, right? You have to have fast reaction speed, but like when you look at it, right, you could train your reaction speed to be better, right? They do that all the time, but at the end run, you're just driving a fucking car in F1. Whereas in baseball, you have to be able to hit that fucking ball. So
And a lot of people can't.
yeah.
Even the pros.
And
They just
if
can't.
anybody thinks they can get relatively close to throwing a ball 90 miles an hour, you're fucking high.
Inside of a
Yeah.
box.
That's still just the
It's
issue,
just-
though.
I
If
just-
I'm
You don't give
gonna
a fuck if you're even accurate. Just throw it 90 miles an hour. I'd be impressed. Like,
if I'm
That's-
gonna
yeah.
go watch sports, like I'm expecting it to be the peak of like the most amazing shit
It
ever.
is.
Like these guys get paid millions of dollars. They go out and train like every damn day, and then they give you a mediocre ass game in their level because like the other people are good too, and it just like levels out. And you're like, oh, that wasn't as impressive. Like I remember, you're my favorite football game to watch, The Longest Yard, the remake. I loved watching that because it's just ridiculous.
Okay.
And it was a football game, but I was like, that was a good ass football game. Like there was some crazy shit
You just
going
need
on.
to go watch arena football then.
Yeah,
I want to see some. I want to see some crazy shit. I don't want to watch the same thing that I've watched 10,000 billion times that everybody watches.
like the
every
thing I'm
other
putting
day.
behind with hockey, right? Like, yeah, sure, like shooting a puck is not as hard as hitting a baseball, right? But to do it while you're skating and then also paying attention to somebody else, the overall skill gap is what I'm talking about there. Like, yes, baseball has some very hard aspects.
I again would say like skating isn't that hard if you're doing it.
If you're trying to do it fast, though, like if you're trying to do what they do and stop and do all these other things, it is very hard.
I do think that there's a difference on that. Once you get, it's like walking, right? Like
Yeah.
you said, like once you get way more comfortable with it, it's probably not as strange as like when we were out there doing it. You're like, oh, I'm still got like some stuff I'm trying to figure out, but they've probably just so used to doing it they don't even think about it.
Well, that and a lot of people like can do the skating. Kind of.
Not like they can. I mean, everybody can ice skate. I can go out there and hit a baseball that Mark threw to me, probably. But like,
I know I've got a pretty good.
but
you ain't
you
hitting
know what I
mine.
mean? Like,
you ain't hitting mine. You better
there's-
pick somebody else.
right? like, not many. Like, those guys would leave you in the dust for one, just on speed. Two, they could stop, and you would probably just go flying trying to stop like they do. And most of them can skate backwards faster than any of us could ever dream of skating forwards. So
I think of it as like swimming. You know, when we were in Puerto Rico and we're at the beach and there was like a buoy out there, nobody wanted to swim out to the buoy with me except for like one other person, and he could only make it halfway. And it's a lot of that's because y'all didn't grow up swimming like I grew up swimming. Like
Last time I was out on a beach, I got stung by jellyfish. I really want no part of the beach. It's just too much water for me. You know, I need to be way inland, and I need sturdy ground,
I'm
and
just saying,
I need
like,
to know
I'm
the ocean can't come up and kill me.
I'm not even like a professional swimmer, but I'm incredibly comfortable in the water because I just grew up swimming. You know, so like if you just grew up ice skating, then it's gonna be.
like don't get me wrong. A lot of
Yeah.
these professional players have been doing it since they were fucking 4 or 5 years old. Right? Like even babies, they like as soon as they could do it, they would do it. Right. The same thing with any major sport, generally speaking. Right. Baseball's the same way and all that stuff.
I'm just saying, like saying doing it while skating isn't as impressive to me because of that aspect.
I think it is.
You guys are all crazy. Doesn't take any skill to do what they do.
Mhm.
Any sports player.
I'd love to put
Anything,
you out
anywhere,
on a
anywhere.
baseball field, and I would be impressed if you would stay in the batter's box after they
I
threw the pitch.
wouldn't,
past
dude.
you.
That'd be the scariest.
Yeah, bro.
shit
I
in
would.
the
There's no way
world.
I'd have the balls to stay in the batter's box while they threw that
Yeah,
ball
dude,
past me
fuck
at 90, bro.
that, dude.
If you're professional, yes, I'd be fine. I mean, I'd be scared, but I could do it.
Dude, I couldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't want to be the pitcher.
I trust
Imagine
them.
someone hitting a line drive right back at you.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped playing baseball. Is because that happened to me, and it
Yeah,
just
that
started
happens
me
more than
from
you
playing.
think.
Yeah,
But I just won't concede. Like that's fine. It's the same thing if you're talking about like in the fights. Like somebody could beat me up all they want. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like what's his name? Never mind. I don't know if we're bringing people's name, but anyways, I'm not gonna concede on the subject if I'm just gonna be a dick about it. That's what I'm gonna do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it was DePussy. Remember? And you guys were like, he'll beat your ass for saying it. I was like, that's fine. I'm still gonna call
Dude,
him that.
I bet he could beat you into submission.
I
Like you
bet
say
he
that,
could. I bet it
yeah.
wouldn't be very hard, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop.
You let that bitch get you in a guillotine or something, dude.
Like we go play like I went to the sports player, see the baseball. He can show me all the crazy stuff he knows how to do. I still say it takes no skill. I'll say it to their face. No
I'll
skill. No skill. It'd be like boom. I was like, that was a nice hit. No skill though. What are you gonna do?
You know, you got to give it to Steven because, like, I honestly can't tell like what he actually believes ever anymore.
He
I just
doesn't believe
gotta-
what he says, is what I'm thinking.
I just gotta just move around. I
He
play
just
devil's
changes
advocate a
every
lot.
time it doesn't benefit him. He changes.
I mean, he does believe some things though, and I can't tell like.
I don't think he. I think he's just always telling a lie.
Always keep him guessing. Oh, I did want to throw something out. So this might be a benefit. I don't know if he listens or not, but Mark, you'll know on this. So we have a friend, and he was asking about ding dong ditching. So I wanted to get that out there before I forgot about it. You just didn't even read the chat, did you? You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's fine. What's everybody's thoughts on ding dong ditching? Because we got a friend who has an actual like set of teenagers. They like cover their face, run up to his door, bang on the door, and then they run away. Like they're not.
That's what you do as a teenager.
Yeah, but in today's world, I'd be like, if someone comes up to my door and they're a little too aggressive, I'm probably gonna go grab the gun. Like I don't know who they are, and teenagers are troublemakers anyway. So
It wouldn't matter if you go get the gun; they're gonna be gone when you get there. It's the
that's what I'm
point.
saying. But like, if they continuously do it, because he's had it happen like twice now. I was like, I'll be sitting there waiting the next time, and they come up to the thing, and I'll just blow a hole in the door. Like I don't know what they were doing. I thought they were trying to break in.
You wouldn't
couldn't
do that.
No.
Okay,
Yeah.
see, that was what he was saying too. They were like, "Oh yeah, you can't shoot first." But the thing is, if I'm jumpy, you don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's fine. You
Okay,
can say
okay,
that, but you
okay.
would then go to prison
Yeah,
for
you
just
can be
shooting them
jumpy.
through your door.
That all is fine, but you're out a kid, and I'm going to prison, so that's your problem. I'm just throwing that out
You're
there
out
too.
of everything. You're
Okay,
in prison.
but they're
Yeah.
dead. Like that's my point. Like
Your
I'm just
point
saying,
is that doing it is dangerous for them.
yeah,
is that your
you
point?
just don't know
Yeah,
what's
but
going to
it
happen.
shouldn't. It really
And you
shouldn't.
could throw all
be.
the hindsight about like they can't shoot you, they're gonna go to jail, blah 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 blah. But it doesn't matter because in a moment they might just be like, I don't know what was happening, I shot that fucker.
I mean, it's just kids being kids.
I mean,
Yeah, see, that was what. So
I don't
he
know.
was.
Why do you even have a door then if you don't want?
So he
anyone
was
to look
asking
at it?
me like, because people were telling him he was being like a wet blanket and stuff. Like it's just kids messing around, but they did it like 10 o'clock at night. They just ran up and like slammed on his door.
I mean, here's the thing with that.
Did he open
could
the
call
door?
he could call the police, right? And then
Well, he's
let
got-
them know what's going on. And if the cops can find the kids, they can warn them. And if they keep doing it, then they could
Oh, they
get
can't.
ticketed for like disturbing the peace or harassment or like these different things. It's not
So
inherently
he
illegal.
has
to
them
walk
on
up
video,
it
and they
doesn't
run up
matter.
and like cover their face with their shirts, and then they just like slam on his door at like I think this one was like 10:30 at night. I'm
the
just
question
saying.
is, like, what's he doing? Like, is he going outside? Because that's the whole point of like ding dong ditching is to like see them come outside and get pissed. Like, if you
Yeah, but that
ignore-
doesn't even work anymore because people have the Ring doorbells. Like, so he's I don't know.
Hey.
Maybe he pissed them off. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time. I'm saying if they did that in this neighborhood, I don't know. I'd probably like get some preventative measure. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
that does
people
make
around
it
here
more,
weird.
like, it's not really ding dong ditching. It's more just being an asshole now. Because with all the Ring doorbells, like,
You know what? I think kids should do it more of it.
well, I'm just saying, like, nobody's gonna come check their door. Like,
Hmm.
who checks their door if you have the Ring doorbell? You know
I
what
don't
mean?
check my door.
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
you-
Even
nobody
if you knock at
was-
it, okay?
If you
I don't-
walked up and did that to my house, I'd be like, oh, some kids just ding
Yeah,
dong
we
ditched
saw it
me.
on-
I saw it coming a million miles away. Like it wasn't even like
It's
a
on the
thing.
cameras. Yeah,
I
like
don't
so
fucking
what?
open the door for anyone.
So
Bro, I don't
like,
even like
why
to open
do
the
it?
door for the shit I order from like DoorDash, bro.
Exactly,
Why would
like, I
I'm
don't
gonna
give a
open the door
fuck.
for you.
So like, why? I like, and again, I don't know. Maybe made some enemies, but I don't know why they would even bother doing it anymore. Maybe they are mentally challenged. I
You
just
tell
don't
them
know.
just don't go to the fucking door, and they won't do it because they want to see your reaction.
What
That's
about
the
when
only
they still do the other ones like TPing and lighting dog shit on fire and
I'm sure some do, yeah.
You
I've
just
never
gotta give it
actually
some-
seen the light and dog shit on fire before. Like, I
I've
get
seen
it.
it
Like, I know it.
once.
I've never seen it in real life though.
I don't know that like I get the idea behind it, but I don't know that I would instantly run outside and stomp on it. I'd probably just try and like, oh shit, and go grab some water and pour it on there. Like I get
if I
the
saw
idea
a
behind
burning
it. but,
bag
like,
on my porch, I'd just ignore it because my porch is made of concrete and it's surrounded by rock.
just let it burn out.
Like I don't care.
I'd be
As long
more
as it's
concerned
not-
about finding out whoever the hell lit a bag on fire and put it on my fucking porch because you burned my goddamn porch. I'm gonna be pissed. Like the fuck out of here.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, if someone come up to my house after 10 o'clock at night and just slams on the door and runs away, I'm probably gonna like, I don't know.
I'm gonna not come to the door and keep doing what
Yeah,
I'm
but what
doing.
if they keep doing it?
Then you
And
can
you-
just
and
call
you're-
the cops.
You don't have a recoil. Okay, so you can't see their face. You don't know when they're going to show up. So what are the cops going to do? They're going to tell you they can't do anything about that. Unless you get more evidence.
You mean
I mean,
like
I
keep
think-
doing it like they just keep doing it like repetitively over and over?
So you're just stuck in a loop where you can't get anything accomplished.
No, if they're
but
just
you,
doing it like every day or every other day, they'll stop if you don't ever come to the door.
Yeah, eventually they'll give up.
they're just bullies. You got to let them go.
Exactly. If you acknowledge it, it gets worse. If you just leave it alone, it'd be fine.
You made some enemies.
Or you go out and punch the bully. You follow the kids back and go ding dong ditch their house.
That's what I
There
told
you
him.
go,
I was
yeah.
like, if you really want my answer, they probably have their phones on them. You could probably get something that could pull some kind of identifying data off their phone. Then you just fall them back to where their house is, and then set it on fire. I guess I don't know. I don't know what
I'm
you.
pretty
do,
confident the first time you went out and actually scared the kids, they probably wouldn't do it again. Or it'd get really bad. You know, take your pick. I don't know, one way or the other.
You offer them some candy.
I used to ding dong ditch our neighbor, and he followed us back home.
Oh yeah, dude. I
And he
definitely
told our
didn't-
mom,
Yeah.
and then that's how we stopped. So
Yeah, that stops
So
it pretty
that's-
quick.
That's the answer. Then you got to be waiting. You got to follow them home.
well,
And
he only
scare
caught
'em.
us because my brother was too slow.
Oh,
Like
so,
he didn't
yeah.
catch me because I was actually fast, and then my brother was like slow.
You just got to do a stakeout, dude. Sit in your car, just wait for them, and you just follow them home, nice and slow in the car.
We didn't get caught ding dong ditching. We were throwing pine cones at cars as they drove by this.
Well, that's a good way to just get caught.
Yeah,
not
that's a
even
good way to get
trying,
in trouble.
Like we weren't like near the house. There was like a field and like some trees and like woods and stuff, and it was like right outside of like a nursing home. And cars were driving by and we were throwing pine cones at it. And then like the nurses start walking out, so we like take off running back to my grandma's house. And they just straight up walked into my grandmother's house while like all my family was there like eating dinner and stuff. And they're like, "Hey, we're looking for some kids or whatever." And my grandma's like, "They live down the street."
Oh, she covered for you.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
did.
Uh,
Of course, my dad was like,
Ain't no kids
no,
here."
They're here. We're like, fuck.
We used to go
What a
like,
G,
one
dude.
person
What a
on
G.
one side of the road, and the other one, and you act like you're pulling a string.
oh, I love
Car,
those
like,
videos.
stops, and he's like just waiting. He's like, "What is it? What are they doing?" But there's nothing there.
They gotta go through. See,
What?
so the funny thing is sometimes you can't see that. I remember we were doing that. It was up at one of the houses, and we were casting. We got like fishing poles, and we were just casting with sinkers across the road, and you like reel them back in across the road. And one of the time, it got stuck, and a car drove by. So they drove into the fishing line, which they couldn't see. They just see us standing over there, and then like pop loose, and the sinker just like slams off the opposite side of their car, and they're like looking at us, but like it came from the wrong side, and like they couldn't figure out what's going on. They're just looking at us, and then they're like, "All right, whatever." But
That's where you cut that line and run as fast as you can. You're like,
Right.
"It wasn't me. It wasn't me. You have no proof."
I don't even remember like why, but we were just testing out. I don't remember if we didn't have the poles with us by the time the car got there, but it was just a mess. Crack me up. I don't remember doing a whole lot of pranks, so
You weren't like a big pranky person.
no, I didn't prank people.
Hmm.
I ain't got the patience for that crap.
I definitely TP'd a few houses as a kid for sure.
All right, we caught him. That's what we've been waiting for. We're playing the long con.
I actually feel like I had help from a parent doing that. I'm trying to remember which one it was.
I could totally see your mom helping.
I think that's who it
House.
was. Yeah, I think we definitely TP'd.
It'll be funny.
I
I do like
tried
scaring the
TPing
shit out of people, but not like pranking them.
I
Like,
tried
Halloween was
TPing
fun.
I tried TPing one house, and apparently it wasn't as late as we thought, and they pulled up while we were trying to do it, and we like took off running and like hid in some bushes, and didn't get caught though this time.
Well, we got it on video now and audio.
Like we
See, I-
threw like one thing at TP, like we had like just started trying to TP this house.
I just start TPing their car if they were there. Just-
I always liked the office pranks. I want to do those where they make the things that look like their desk. It's actually just wrapped up and nothing's real.
Let's just start putting everybody's stuff in Jello.
See, so
God
in
damn it,
the
Jim.
in the military, you have your little ID cards, and we would do that crap. Like if you leave yours, we could freeze it, we could hide it, and put it in some dumbass spot.
See, I feel like freezing it would be much worse. Like the
Well,
Jello's
yeah, 'cause
easy
then
to
you
get
can't-
it out of, but like freezing it, you got to wait for it to thaw, or you have to go like melt it. But if it's plastic ID card, you can't really like
Yeah, you
you
can't
can't
break
just
it.
put fire on it. It's like yeah, the ice would suck.
Put it in
We
there
always
hot
had a
water.
rule though that you had to like leave a clue if you hit it. Like you couldn't just hide it.
Yeah, I didn't do that. But I made it pretty clear if I hit it, it was just gonna be in the ceiling. You just weren't gonna find it again.
That's true.
So just hope it wasn't me.
Like I remember I had some like pretty good ones, pretty good clues that like people just didn't get, but turned out to be pretty good. Cause like
Well, is it a good clue if people don't get it?
It was a good clue for you.
It's not a good clue if people don't understand it. Just because you think it's a good clue doesn't make it a good clue if they don't get it.
I put it somewhere and I wrote under the turtle's worst enemy. Anybody? The
A
turtles,
dragon.
The turtle's worst enemies. Not a turtle.
A car.
The turtles.
I feel like you're making
rat.
a Ninja Turtles reference,
A
but
rabbit.
I don't know enough about it to give you the answer to it.
The Shredder. The Ninja Turtles. Worst
It
enemy
takes
is
me
Shredder.
more effort to figure out all the things I can say and not say the correct thing.
And I had it underneath the Shredder. That was a good one, man. I was happy with that one.
Why'd you put it in the sewer, dude? Doesn't make sense.
That's not
Or
their
it-
worst enemy though.
In my
It's like
pizza.
their home.
The pizza in the sewer.
It's like their favorite thing though. It's not their worst enemy.
Does it? Turtles
The
get
sewer?
upset stomachs. They're lactose intolerant, so.
Are they
I
really?
don't think a turtle could
I don't
survive in
know.
the sewer for
I
very
was
long.
like, are they really?
I don't know.
Because that's
Sounded
an
good, though.
interesting fact. Jesus.
You should have just owned it. Nobody knows, and Jake's the one that looks that stuff
Oh, I
up.
would
so
have
he
been
coulda
looking
just-
it up. You can-
Are turtles lactose intolerant?
I'm sticking to it. Yep. They can't even have straws. Like, what?
That is an actual question on Google.
Are they lactose intolerant?
No shit. Turtles are legit lactose intolerant.
See, so yeah, it would be pizza. That's their worst enemy.
Reptiles do
Uh,
not utilize milk products at any stage of their lives and lack the enzymes to break down lactose.
You're welcome.
So they
The
get
more
bad
you know.
farts? Isn't that what happens from
They
lactose?
cannot digest milk.
You guys
What does
are
that
welcome.
even mean? It just ferments? Like, what is it? What happens?
Does this mean that within 12 hours of eating pizza, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles experience massive
Yeah,
intestinal
so how are they even
distress?
fighting crime? I feel like this ain't even real now.
That's like all they eat.
Yeah, this is bull. Whoever made
I don't
that
think I've
show
ever
is
seen the
lying,
turtles
dude.
eat anything
This-
besides pizza.
This guy's comment here is like mutant reptiles that live in the sewer just blast out the diarrhea at will. That's why they don't wear pants.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Damn it, Leonardo.
Been lied
I feel like
to.
they live in the sewers for a reason, bud.
Exactly. It's all making sense now.
So yeah, the mutant part is not that they're able to talk and look like a human. It's that they can digest cheese. That's the mutant part comes from.
Yeah, dude, these fucking people. They thought we wouldn't catch on. We know.
I don't know. I was always more of a Power Ranger guy. I don't know enough about the turtles to
Of
know.
course, there's some Debbie Downer on here that's like, no, they're mutants, bro. They got that ability to eat the lactose. They,
Oh
they have
my
that
god,
ability.
that
Like,
guy,
fuck off.
dude.
Jesus.
Get out of your mom's
Is that like
basement.
magic? That's the answer.
They're mutants,
Because-
dude. They got the ability to do it because they're mutants from the ooze. That's where they learned how to
From
do
the
it.
ooze.
See-
From the ooze that turned them into mutants.
Is that what happened?
It's from that
Yeah.
shit they're living in because they're lactose intolerant. So they become mutants.
They're like, you wouldn't even notice the smell because they're just covered in shit 24/7 because they
That's
live
how
in
they
the
beat
Yeah,
sewer.
the
I don't
criminals.
remember. I don't remember turtles smelling particularly good by themselves, and I can imagine ones that live in the sewers exclusively and eat nothing but the thing that they are intolerant to. They probably reek.
Yeah.
They're probably like the most vile smelling things.
The
that you'd ever
criminals are
come-
like, just don't fucking touch me.
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
Why do you
I'll
think
give up, bro.
Shredder's
I'll
wearing
go
a
to
mask?
jail. Holy shit. Leave me alone.
Shredder's always wearing a mask, and that's the reason. They fucking reek.
That's why they're arch nemesis and they can't beat them with smell.
Mm-hmm. He's just a guy with a gas mask. He's not even good at anything else.
Just a regular dude who bought a gas mask.
They keep trying to make those movies every now and then, and I have not watched any of them. Bring back the giant styrofoam ones.
Yeah,
the
just come back
90s.
and watch those movies again.
Yeah, those are
so
the
good.
best for sure. Way better than Batman.
It was so sad. I was looking at these games I was putting back on here, and this one came out in like 2016. I was like, oh, that was only 4 years ago. I was like, oh shit, no, that was almost 10 years ago. And then things for the 90s, it's even worse. I'm like,
It's awful.
I just don't want to think about it. Okay.
Dude, we're so old.
Yeah, you're gonna die
Ridiculous.
soon, I think.
No,
We
I
all
don't
die
mean that I'm
sometime.
old. I just mean that things are old. So like when I'm trying to get a good impression of how long a game's been out, and I'm like, oh, it's only 4 years old. That's not so bad. And I'm like, oh, it's almost 10. That means it's trash. It's throw it away. Like it's no good.
How do they think about you?
That's not my problem.
Mm.
Or is it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it
should
isn't.
be.
Depends on what I'm feeling like saying at any given time.
It's
Well,
just
you'll just change it
dependent.
if you don't feel like it's
Now you're getting it. Or are you? I don't know.
exactly. I know who you are.
Well, with that, we will ponder whether it is or it isn't and get back to you next week. This has been your least favorite podcast. Signing off.
Cowabunga, dude.